closer we get to the monumental SpaceX IPO, the louder the haters and detractors become. Check this out over on Fortune. If Elon Musk merges SpaceX with Tesla, he'll create a $3.4 trillion behemoth with zero profits. I'm not going to read this article in full, but just a couple of quick highlights here. Though it's impossible to predict if so many Wall Streeters are making the right call, one thing's for certain: capitalizing on the incredible buzz surrounding the pending SpaceX IPO as a strategy for rescuing stricken Tesla makes perfect sense for Elon Musk. So according to the very intelligent, non-propagandist author of this article, Tesla's fucked, and SpaceX, if SpaceX were to acquire Tesla, would simply be bailing out the completely fucked and failing Tesla. But wait, there's more. At an expected market cap of $1.75 trillion, SpaceX stock looks vastly overpriced. And according to this journal, as I've written, an IPO prominent analysts are saying they'd avoid. Oh no. I can see the title of this URL I've just hovered over. It's got the name David Traynor. I remember this guy advising investors to stay the fuck away for Tesla, massively overvalued for years. Back to the article, and it's definitely the same guy. I just checked. David Traynor. Not an analyst, by the way. Maybe he was in the past. He's from a, quote, investment research firm. This guy has been sharing his high IQ research that Tesla is dramatically overvalued for the better part of at least half a decade, if memory serves. Back to the article. So, Musk could marshal its inflated shares, SpaceX's inflated shares, as currency to pay big for Tesla, even making the deal at its current market cap, a number that's also over the top based on any conventional metric. As mentioned in yesterday's video, one of the biggest mistakes people ever make in attempting to value an unconventional company that's doing things or is a thing that's never existed before is that you can't compare a company to anything conventional if the company itself isn't conventional. If you try and force a company, for example, like Tesla, into the car company convention and value it accordingly, ignoring the AI, autonomy, I could keep going on. You guys understand this. You're going to go, Tesla's valuation makes no sense. They're just a car company. Short the stock. You may even publish research and be called David Traynor and spend more than half a decade warning investors that the stock is massively overvalued, and then cope by explaining that this company, which you claimed was massively overvalued, may actually get acquired for this absurd valuation. But the only reason that's going to happen is because the guy who somehow tricked dumb investors into owning this massively overvalued company for all these years happens to own another company that's also massively overvalued, and his investors haven't figured that one out either. And so an acquisition at the current market cap by another company doesn't actually suggest that it was fairly valued, but instead that Elon Bad is just bailing out investors. Without SpaceX as an acquirer in the wings, Tesla looks highly vulnerable to a major sell-off, given that it's somehow maintained a gigantic, even expanding valuation as its profits dwindle. Yeah, this is some next level cope. If a company has somehow maintained a supposedly absurd valuation for, what, more than half a decade, it's possible valuation's actually fair and reasonable, or investors are just completely retarded and still haven't figured it out half a decade later. So here's a quote from this guy. It's been my intuition for a long time that this has to happen. It's the only way to bail out Tesla shareholders. It's what Tesla investors have been expecting for a long time. Yes, I've been desperately waiting for a bailout for a long time. So I actually came across this article doing some searches and had seen somebody posting this on the anus of the internet. A wart on an STD on the anus of the internet, also known as Reddit. Once a useful platform, maybe a decade or so ago, since completely gone as far possible to the left and then even further left, a totally deranged echo chamber of every leftist talking point and viewpoint, with moderators unilaterally banning discussion about anything that does not fall within the one true narrative. 10 years ago on Reddit, Elon was lauded as an absolute legend, a huge capitalist success story, an innovator, a great engineer, a great leader, a great builder of companies and adder of value. Today, as we know, the current thing is Elon bad. So let's have a quick look at some of the comments. I suspect they may skew somewhat negative, but I don't know for sure. So let's scroll through. I guess I'm not logged in, of course. Don't have an account anymore. I mean, I probably still have one that's idle and dormant, but it's been a long time since I've been an active user on Reddit. In fact, I think the last major time I was on Reddit was around 2019 when I shared that I was essentially all in on Tesla stock and got absolutely cooked in the comments. So these probably are sorting by top rated, I'm guessing, the comments. All right, number one. I am planning on putting all my leftover food that is going moldy into one big pot and selling it as Michelin star cuisine. What a very smart comment. He's suggesting that SpaceX is trash and Tesla is trash, but if you combine these two pieces of trash, you might be able to trick retarded people into thinking they're anything but trash. The next one here, actually a fair question. Wouldn't this just dilute all Tesla shareholder stock? Yes. Those who are unaware of how dilution works, let's just say each company was identically valued, so it's a 50-50 merger. The dollar value of the stock you hold would remain the same, but the percent of the entire entity you currently own would be halved because it's now twice as valuable. The next post. Losing money doesn't matter in this market anymore. It's all about how owning the stock makes you feel. Stocks have been... This is amazing. Stocks have become infected by political thinking. Outcomes don't matter. Just promises. Quite funny hearing somebody on a platform that has long since become completely infected by political thinking describing this in terms of stocks. This user, is it me? Or is this another bubble of too big to fail in making SpaceX and Tesla are heavily overvalued and overhyped? Dude, Reddit is so glorious, the level of delusion. A reply to this post, sounds like by design. But if Musk hooks these into government programs, such as Starlink, SpaceX, etc., that the government or military are dependent on, period, grammar's amazing here, then taxpayers have to bail out any financial risks a Musk rat creates. Oh boy. Another post. Translation. Tesla is a dumpster fire financially, and he needs to move the shells in the shell game to the next big thing, SpaceX, before it collapses. Yes, I have to confess, ladies and gentlemen, Tesla is definitely on the verge of collapse, and this user is completely on point. I was just too scared to admit it previously, but yeah, Tesla's a dumpster fire on the verge of collapse. The only possible way to save Tesla is for SpaceX to acquire the company. Another user. This time, I guess one big pile of garbage is better than two small ones. The next post. He only wants more money, so no one can replace him as the richest man in the world. He worked for Trump, cancelling life-saving medicine and food. These leftist talking points, bro. Medicine and food for people around the world. He is an evil person who only cares that he makes more money. Oy, oy, oy. The next one. We basically have allowed one person to become so rich he can prop up his own shit companies and then create more new shit companies and combine them into a mega shit company. Too much power in one person's hands. Clearly, the crowd over on Reddit not handling this particularly well. Then again, if I were a self-hating, basement-dwelling adult virgin who's never been able to hold a job down, never seen or interacted with a tit in my life, apart from my own man boobs, when I have my bi-weekly shower, I too might be coping hard by suggesting that Elon is greedy and he just wants more money, and that somehow the world hasn't realized that everything he's ever created is actually just shit. I was going to continue with my armchair psychologist diagnosis, but I actually had a better idea. I've just prompted Grok to read the thread and then to describe, presuming that you can diagnose people from afar, a few key details about these people. So let's see what Grok had to say about the skeptics and haters regarding the SpaceX rumors of a Tesla acquisition. The self-perception. They view themselves as intellectually superior, clear-eyed realists in a delusional market. Phrases like calling Tesla shareholders clueless, mocking dilution ignorance, or comparing the merger to moldy food sold as Michelin star show they position themselves as the smart ones who get it, while everyone else is caught in hype or a cult of personality. Yeah, this is classic hope. This suggests a self-image built on intellectual pride and moral superiority. I see the scam, the greed, the bubble that others ignore. Underneath it hints at a quiet resentment. Their own financial or life outcomes feel overshadowed by Musk's flashy success, so critiquing him restores a sense of control and self-worth. Amazing, by the way. Grok has nailed it here. I didn't give any particular prompts in terms of self-worth. I just literally, what's their self-perception? These little titles here, tell me what you think about their self-perception, their reason, charisma, blah, blah, blah. And Grok's just pulled this all out based on the comments. In short, cope. Now onto the reason, charisma. Low to very low in this online persona. The writing is sharp, sarcastic, and cutting. High upvote zingers like Tesla is a dumpster fire or fleeced by their dear leader. But it's the charisma of a bitter cynic at the bar, not a magnetic storyteller. There's zero warmth, playfulness, or inspirational spark, just mockery, superiority, and doom. In real life, this might translate to dry wit, among like-minded friends. Grok thinks these people might actually have real-life friends. But the consistent negativity and ad hominem jabs, evil, muskrat, power-hungry villain, read as off-putting rather than attractive. Riz requires drawing people in. These posts push people away unless they already share the grudge. Next, on their happiness. Quote, they do not come across as happy people. The dominant emotions are frustration, resentment, and schadenfreude. Visible glee at the idea of Tesla shareholders getting diluted or the empire collapsing. There's no lighthearted, this is absurd energy. Only grinding cynicism about hype, subsidies, and one man's power. Happy people might critique with detachment or humour. These posters sound personally invested in the narrative that, quote, the system is rigged and Musk proves it. Their happiness seems tied to external validation. Upvotes for the best roast, rather than internal contentment. The next subject was to analyse their mental health and mental well-being. Grok writes, skepticism itself is mentally healthy and adaptive for investors, but the intensity here tips into negativity, bias, and rumination. They fixate on flaws, PE ratios, shell games, too much power in one person, while ignoring any upside. And many comments cross into personal moral attacks. This pattern, chronic online venting about a billionaire's moves, can signal lower overall well-being, possibly rooted in economic anxiety. Like, for example, just jumping in here, you might be, like I said, a self-hating basement dwelling, as in you still live at home with your parents, adult virgin, aka no job, no income, no resources. Grok much more politely describing this as economic anxiety. Continuing, ideological opposition or a worldview where success must be illegitimate to feel fair. It's functional. They're productive market participants, but not flourishing. It looks more like a there it is. I love it. Looks more like a coping outlet for frustration than balanced emotional regulation. I mean, Grok has hit it out of the park here, bruv. Cope. I said it before. Now Grok literally used the exact same word, coping. I also asked if they have positive mindsets under this title. Positive mindset, completely absent. Their lens is fixed on the negative. Everything is overvalued, unsustainable, morally suspect, or headed for disaster. There is zero, maybe this creates real synergies, or growth-oriented thinking. Only predictions of bubbles bursting, taxpayers getting screwed, and Musk enriching himself at everyone's expense. This is classic pessimistic doomer framing. The merger isn't an interesting experiment, it's proof the world is broken. A positive mindset would balance critique with possibility. Theirs is all critique, all the time. I got to hand it to Grok. Incredible analysis. Even used the word coping. Unbelievable stuff. Now, the only reason I share this is just to see, what are the skeptics saying? At least some of the skeptics. And of course, whether or not these skeptics are at all credible, I mean, you guys can make up your own mind on that. But I just wanted to highlight this incredible cope narrative, which is as follows. Elon Musk is self-interested. He just cares about more money. He's never created or added any value in the real world, but investors are extremely retarded for prolonged periods of time, which is why Tesla, which is massively overvalued, has miraculously remained massively overvalued for more than half a decade. And now, before investors even figure out how massively overvalued Tesla is, he's going to use one of his other companies, which is somehow also miraculously overvalued, and people haven't figured out either yet, to bail out Tesla and acquire it for a massively overvalued amount, because that way I can't be wrong that Tesla's massively overvalued, because he just bailed it out himself with somehow an extremely overvalued company that investors didn't realize was overvalued either, in some financial wizardry just to personally enrich himself more. Imagine my shock. The unhappy inhabitants of the anus of the internet are not coping very well with rumours that SpaceX and Tesla may become one. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.